This self-taught drummer is known to use unconventional devices as percussion instruments. Hi, my name is Stephanie and welcome to WatchMojo.com. And today we're speaking to Gene Hoglan of Fear Factory about his drumming. Could you tell me a bit about how you got into music and especially behind a drum kit?
When I was a kid, I was raised on the American AM pop radio. All those great songs from like the early 70s, like super awesome pop songs were what I first got into music with. And also I understand my very first record that I bought was when I was 2. I demanded from my parents that they go buy me the latest Santana single, which was called No One to Depend On. When I started playing drums, I was a big Kiss fan growing up. Then I just started getting into really serious heavy metal, severe metal, like the faster the better.
Who are some of your drumming idols today?
Stevie Wonder is my favorite drummer of all time right now. And, a lot of people are not even familiar with the fact that, he's played on a lot of his albums. A lot of songs you've heard Stevie Wonder's playing drums on, and he just has such a crazy approach to drumming, He's not a drummer, but he plays really good drums.
Are you someone who was self-taught, or did you do any training to be able to be as good as you are now?
I am completely self-taught. I learned drums through osmosis, just by listening to my favorite bands and being able to pick up their drummers' licks, and I always had a really good aptitude for it. I was a world champion air drummer before I started playing drums, and being as proficient at air drumming as I was, when I got on the kit the first time, it came really easy.
And right now, you're known as a very proficient technical drummer. How do you nurture your talent these days?
By getting no sleep, playing every night, and just going and going and going. That's really what I do to hone my skills. I guess rehearsal is like training camp, and then the touring is like the season. You can find yourself mentally sort of checking out sometimes, because every day is the same. And I used to love touring so much. That never fazed me, but nowadays it's like, it's a bit of a grind.
And you're known for many things. One of those things is using strange devices for your percussion effects.
Sure, yeah.
Could you tell me a bit about that?
When I was in the band Death, on the Individual Thought Patterns record, I used a 10-pound brass boat propeller. It had this really crazy sound, gang, gang, gang kind of sound. And every time I'd hit it, it would spin one. So every time I'd hit it, it would have a different tone. It was just kind of neat. So I've always said, I'll play a car door on stage if it sounds cool.
So you've put out a set of instructional DVDs. What kind of advice can you give to novice drummers?
Buy my DVD. That's the best advice I could give you, period. And then watch it. The one thing, if you are a novice drummer and you watch it, by all means, never think for a second that, oh my God, I can't do that. Because that's the whole purpose of my DVD, is saying, I think you can. Here's how I do it. Here's how I get to do all this crazy stuff. These are all the little techniques and tricks and tips that I've taught myself because, I'm a self-taught drummer. I just had a really good time with it, and I just had fun, and it is really fun. And I just wanted to make it so anybody, a drummer, a guitarist or bassist or non-musician whatsoever, could just, enjoy it and go, hey, that was 2 hours well spent.